This is on Capitol Hill, and I'm kind of happy that this is actually happening now. I'm happy that you have someone from Fox News even allowing this to take place because someone at Fox, because before when Ben Bergquam and myself, we would go to Capitol Hill and we would talk to people in the halls of Congress. They were saying that we were instigators, or they said that we're being like activists, and we were just asking questions. Look at this one. Because Rashida Tlaib is walking through the hallways, and this young lady with Fox News, she's asking Rashida Tlaib these tough questions, and I love it. I'm like, it's about time. It's about time. And I'm surprised Fox News is like, okay, you need to like tone it down because this is not really looking good for the network to go and ask these tough questions like this of Rashida Tlaib, because there's been some networks in the past have done this, and it just doesn't look really good image on us. Thank you. At least they're doing it. At least they'll start doing it. Maybe it's like they finally got the picture. But listen to this. This is good.
Congresswoman, do you regret using the phrase "from the river to the sea"? It's used by terrorists to call for the genocide of the Jewish people. Do you regret using it? The White House says that phrase can be anti-Semitic. Are you anti-Semitic, Congresswoman? Are you anti-Semitic, Congresswoman Tlaib? Are you anti-Semitic, Congresswoman Tlaib? Are you anti-Semitic, Congresswoman Tlaib? Are you anti-Semitic, Congresswoman Tlaib?
Right there. And she's not even on the phone because as soon as the door starts closing, she's putting the phone down. She wasn't even on the phone at all. Not a single time was she on the phone. Are you anti-Semitic? She's 100%. If she's not anti-Semitic, just say, no, I'm not anti-Semitic. Why would you say such a thing? But she is. She's a congresswoman, and she's 100% anti-Semitic. And then there is this. Do we have the article where we can show this, Shannon? There's this. Rashida Tlaib in this Facebook group that is 100% supporting Hamas, and Facebook is allowing it. And let me say this, just because it's a private group on Fascist Book doesn't mean they don't go in and look what you're saying. They do it all the time. If you're pro-American and you want to fight against the tyranny of Joe Biden and the Democrats, what they're doing, they will go into your private group on Facebook and they will say, oh my goodness, you're saying things that violates our community guidelines, our community standards. You're calling for harm against a group of people, someone else. But in this case, Facebook allows it. Look at this.
Rashida Tlaib, member of secret Facebook group where Hamas terrorists glorified. Tlaib is part of a secret social media group in which its members have glamorized Hamas in its battle with Israel after a terror group attacked and killed hundreds of innocent Israeli and civilians last month. The Michigan Democrat is a member of the Palestinian American Congress group on Facebook. The group is hidden and from non-members and does not appear on the platform's search engine. Fox News Digital was able to gain access to it. The group's founder, Ahir Adel Quadar, who has extensive ties to Tlaib and has also been linked to other liberal politicians, has come under fire in the past for anti-Semitic social media posts, including questioning of the Holocaust has ever occurred. And well, it's kind of a long article, but they show time and time again what this group is about. This is actually a hostage by Hamas. This guy says a lot of things in support of Hamas. She's even posted in this group right here. It says 7 days until we show the country where that here in M13 people needs come before corporate greed. That's what she said. And this is, I guess, when she was running. So, yeah. And they've even supported her monetarily.
So my question is, why would Facebook allow this? Why would they allow this? Right? Because I'm telling y'all, there's been many groups that I'm aware of that they were pro-American, not calling for violence. They were talking about the violence of Trans Tifa and BLM and other hateful groups, anti-American groups. They talk about them. And they said, well, you violate community guidelines, et cetera, and they took those pages down, even though they were private, not viewable to the public. You have to be a member to go and look and see what people are saying in there. But people at Facebook, they still have access, and they go in periodically and look at it. And you can't tell me Rashida Tlaib, being a high-profile person that she is, that someone at Facebook didn't know that she was saying these hateful comments. Somebody did, and somebody in the group released the information. Somebody knew, somebody was in there, and they released it. Because we would never know, because it's a private group. It's a private group. Well, here's another one. This was from that day. This is from the day when they were out at the National Mall. Listen to this, because this is exactly what the left, that this is how they think. This is what they want. This is a black dude. He shows up. Listen to what he says about the Jewish people wanting to live in peace and to have lives. Listen to this. Can you hear him? Can you hear him? Let me play it again. Listen what he's saying. He says, "Hail Hitler," and then he says, "I wish Hamas would have finished the job." Right? Or I wish Hitler would have finished the job, and now I guess he wants Hamas to do it. Listen. I mean, wow. I mean, really disgusting.
Why would you say that about another human being?
But this is okay, yeah.
I don't get it.
It's because of hatred, their dark hearts. Hatred in their dark hearts. Which brings me to this. This was on the National Mall. Chuck Schumer. He comes on the National Mall, goes behind that podium on that microphone, and listen to what Chuck Schumer says about Israel. He says this to everybody. Listen.
We are here united, Democrat and Republican, House and Senate, to say we stand with Israel. We stand with Israel. We stand. We stand. We stand. We stand. We stand. USA, USA, USA. We are with Israel. Never again, never again, never again, never again. In fact, the highest ranking Jewish elected official in American history, Israel. We in America have your back. And we will not rest until you get all the assistance you need.
And right there's what I really want y'all to pay attention to. We will not rest until you get all the assistance that you need. What do you think he means by that, Shannon? What do you think? Just really quick, what do you think he means by that?
He means only if Ukraine gets money.
Oh, see, you let the cat out the bag. I want you to play the game.
Oh, sorry.
Play the game. Well, this is Ted Cruz.
Same day.
Same day.
Couple hours later,
after the Senate goes in, so it passed in the House to support Israel. And see, this is what Matt Gaetz, one of the biggest things Matt Gaetz was talking about, was separating all of these things that they were passing. Let's just have one bill, pass that one bill, pass it one thing. You can do 20 in a day. You can do 20, do one thing and just do that one thing. But they don't want to do that. They want to lump the money in Ukraine with Israel because they know that most people that are Christians, we will support Israel. And let me be clear about this. And I've said this multiple times already. I got to say it again because some people are like, oh my goodness, Will Johnson just want to give Israel money. No, I don't think we should pick a bank account in Israel and just make a deposit. I say no to that. But I will say yes to military support. I know it still equals out the money, but I will say yes to military support. We don't need to do like Ukraine and just empty billions of dollars into a bank account and we don't know where the money is. We emptied it, we give them the money and it's gone. They come back, we give them money and it's gone. No to that. But military, yes, I'm all for that. No money going to bank accounts. But listen to Ted Cruz.
What is happening right now on the Senate floor is highly consequential. We are gathered here right now at a time when hundreds of thousands of Americans have come to the National Mall to rally in support of Israel. Israel is at war. Over 1,200 Israelis were murdered by Hamas terrorists. Over 200 Israelis are hostages right now. 31 Americans were murdered by Hamas terrorists. Roughly a dozen Americans are hostages right now. Israel needs assistance, and the House of Representatives has stepped up and done its job. The House passed $14 billion in emergency military aid for the state of Israel. Now, the House also did so in a responsible manner. They paid for it. And they paid for it by using some of the money Democrats had previously allocated to the IRS to hire 87,000 new IRS agents. After the House passed it, it came over to the Senate, and Chuck Schumer, the Democrat Senate Majority Leader, refused to allow a vote. It is Chuck Schumer who has blocked a vote on military aid to Israel. Today, 17 of us decided enough is enough. We filed a cloture petition which forces a vote on military aid to Israel.
And you hear him. Chuck Schumer just went on the National Mall the exact same day and said that we're going to support Israel. And then he turns around and says, no, they rejected it. Every last Democrat rejected it. Both Chuck Schumer and Hakeem stood on that stage and said they're going to support Israel. They are lying. I mean, my goodness. No, wait a minute. My God. You can't get any crazier than this. If you know someone that is Jewish, can you copy the link to this video and text them to it and say, hey, y'all need to watch what Will Johnson is sharing right here. I'm willing to bet someone watching right now, you know someone who is Jewish, and possibly someone who's Jewish and Democrat. This is ridiculous. It makes me constantly think about black people, how they constantly support the Democrat Party, even though they're lying to them right through their faces. Every 2 to 4 years, lying directly to their faces, and then they turn around and support the Democrats. Look at this. Chuck Schumer, which is Jewish. He's Jewish, and he turns around. Wait, let's go. Let me go back to this. Listen to this. Listen to him right here. This is it. You got to hear this. Listen.
Have your back. And we will not rest until you get all the assistance you need. We will not rest until you get the assistance you need. And today, all of you are here showing we will not hide in the face of adversity in America and in Israel. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai.
I mean, really, this is like, I mean, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And let me finish this. Listen.
And now Chuck Schumer and the Democrats need to make a choice. Which do they value more? Standing unequivocally with Israel, providing them the emergency military assistance they need to eradicate Hamas and to defend themselves? Or is the higher priority for Senate Democrats funding an army of IRS agents to harass the middle class, to harass small businesses, and to target their political enemies? This should be an easy choice. This vote should be 100-0 standing in solidarity with Israel. But I'll tell you right now, Chuck Schumer and Democrat leadership is panicking because they do not want to vote. They want to hide the Democrats' opposition to having a vote, and they are counting on the media not reporting that it is the Democrats blocking military aid to Israel. We're going to keep fighting until we get a vote, and I hope that every Republican and every Democrat stands in solidarity with Israel.
I mean, how do you continue to do this?
I mean, what they say and what they do are two different things.
It really is. He went up there and said, we're going to support Israel. And he's Jewish. And then he turned around and said, nope, we're not going to do it. The reason why I believe they're going to do it is because Chuck Schumer, and I've said this so many times already, I believe they got bank accounts. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Jerry Nadler, Joe Biden, Burisma, Mitt Romney, Lindsey Graham. I believe they all have bank accounts connected to Ukraine. That's why they want the money to go there so they can get deposits. Now, I don't have any proof of this, but my goodness, what made me think about it because of Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the prime example of them laundering money, making these deals with other countries. What better way to steal money from the American people? You said you had an article, Shannon, you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, just about the Senate. It says Senate blocks House bill to help Israel. Says the Senate voted along party lines Tuesday to table a motion to proceed on the House passed bill that would provide $14 billion in emergency aid to Israel and pay for it by cutting IRS. The vote came after a Senate group of conservatives ambushed Democrats by offering a surprise motion to proceed on the House bill, which Senator Majority Schumer had previously called a non-starter. President Biden also threatened to veto the House bill. The Tuesday afternoon vote ended a tense standoff on the Senate floor, during which Democrats suspended business to block Republicans from proceeding to the measure on the same day that tens of thousands of people gathered in the National Mall to rally for Israel. Senate conservatives, including Marshall, Lee, Cruz, Johnson, and Blackburn, repeatedly requested consent to end a quorum call to move to the bill. Each time they were met with objection from the Senate Appropriations Committee Chair, Patty Murray, who's, of course, a Democrat. The quorum call is right now just freezing the floor of the Senate. My assumption is that Chuck Schumer and the Democrat leadership is in their office panicking and trying to figure out what to do next. Their objective is to prevent a vote, Cruz said. Murray, however, put an end to it by calling for a vote to table the motion to proceed to the House-passed Israel bill. So, wow, Will, they literally stopped business in the Senate so they could even block the Republicans from forcing a vote. This is ridiculous. All they want is money for Ukraine. Everyone else, we don't care about you unless we get Ukraine. And just like you said, we have to question why. What are their motives? Because we could vote on everything on standalone bills. They don't want to. I'm so sick of Chuck Schumer and Hakeem going up there saying, oh, we're bipartisan. We're willing to work with Republicans. And then we have stuff like this, these shenanigans that literally show they are not willing to work with Republicans. This is ridiculous. If they agree with everything in the bill and funding Israel, pass the bill.
You like the content Will Johnson is producing? To stay informed and up to date with the current events, go ahead and hit the thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos like this one. Also, to find Will Johnson, visit www.uaf.media.